Apple Ring, rounding up the rumors. I'd love to ditch the Apple Watch but keep all the health tracking. I'd much prefer to be wearing one of my nice mechanical watches instead. Or having the option to swap out the Apple Watch for the Ring for formal occasions. Samsung Ring gets announced in like a week. I'm very interested in how different these two will be considering there isn't much to a smart ring other than health monitoring and NFC. I feel like they'll just end up being the same product but one works for Samsung phones and one works with iPhones. Vibeless. Every dev's nightmare, AI asking you what to build instead of doing it. I watched End of Evangelion again recently and I'm seeing references everywhere again. Skull. Mac OS 15.4 beta hides amount of storage used by Apple Intelligence. Apple is dropping the ball so hard with software. So they gave people the information, how much storage this feature consumes, to decide if they want to enable this feature, and when people start opting out based on this information, they took the information away to keep people in. Amazing design decision Apple. Apple downgrades new M2 iPad Air, now says it features a 9-core GPU instead of 10-core. Oof. Hate to be in the Tim Apple email chain on this one. I smell a class action lawsuit. A whole bunch of people are getting $25 in 10 years or so. Lido Ezami compiler had 'em. Both GCC and Clang have warning flags, that you should have enabled in your IDE or whatever environment, to emit at least 2 warnings for this. Format should give a warning for the missing variadic argument to printf and Unust should tell you that the second statement on the line has an unused result. Really? I feel like any IDE would pick that up. Apple discontinuing Apple Pay later, ahead of new features launching this fall. I imagine with interest rates being as high as they are now, offering these 0% short-term loans just isn't profitable right now. For a moment I thought the headline said /Apple discontinuing Apple Pay // instead of Apple discontinuing /Apple Pay later /. Abortion laws in Europe, the differences OC. It would be much more informative to include the gestational limits. Many are 12 but some go up to 24 plus. I feel like this glosses over a lot of nuance. In Germany, for example, abortion is illegal except in life-threatening situations, but is not punishable in the first 12 weeks. This also meant that until recently doctors couldn't advertise that they carry out abortions, which wasn't exactly ideal. Obviously it's still functionally able to be requested for the first 12 weeks, but I don't think this is really captured by the on-request categorization here. iPhone 17 Air rumored to feature high-density battery. High-density silicon-carbon batteries are already in many Android phones, so it makes sense that the next generation of slimmer devices will receive them. Expect around a 20% increase in capacity for the same footprint. I'm looking forward to this battery tech coming to the Pro version. Thanks to this breakthrough technology, the iPhone 17 Air has the same long battery life as iPhone 16. My iPhone 5S on life support, what do y'all think? Looks like a sketchy IED. Not life support but more of tempting the universe with FAFO. Please change the ringtone to something saying please kill me. The bezels on the new Series 10 are actually bigger than previous Series 7 to 9 watches. Looks like the frame's edge thinned out, while the screen and bezels got larger. I fucking knew it lol. As soon as they compared the new screen with an old size from years ago I went Just sold my 2018 MVP, and he's asking for a refund because it's doing this. Am I cooked? They might have swapped your Mac with a stolen one. He needs to check his Wi-Fi lol. Could be a scam. But who's scamming who here? After 14 years, Apple may finally discontinue AirPods. This would be a huge loss. The mic on these are the best. WHYYY. It's the best thing and lasts long. I really hope they don't. They may not sound the best, but they're fine enough for what they cost and I much prefer their mics over the AirPods. Plus they're available with 3 different connectors. Also, didn't the USB-C EarPods just launch last year? Apple brings activation lock to iPhone parts with iOS 18. So this is why Apple also added the ability for the end user to calibrate and verify the part. Will this deter thieves that steal phones to send them to China for parts? I hate having to babysit my phone at music festivals. FCC proposes carriers should have to unlock your iPhone within 60 days, making it easier to switch. I can't believe this isn't in place already. It's great that some carriers automatically unlock after you fulfilled any financial obligation to them, but it's always been shady that some will keep the phone locked or require that you request an unlock after the fact. The phone is yours, you own it, not the carrier, so why do they control it? You guys still have locked phones in the US? Like and subscribe.